Hey everybody, it's Regan Sample, your Longmont Realtor, and today I'm with Jenny Balagna, the author of Noryns legend. So thanks for coming to talk to us today. And Jenny is from Longmont. She's a published author here in Longmont. I'm excited to be here with her and have her be able to tell you about her novel and what made her create it. So I'll just hand it over to you. Tell us about your book. What made you want to write it?
Yeah, well, okay, so my book, Noryns Legend, has kind of been in the making for like 10 years at least. So it started when I was like in 7th grade, which is way too long ago. But my siblings and I we would play like war and all this, like we had our own characters. And so we, out in the backyard, we were playing all the time. And so we made all these characters, and then I also just loved writing. And so I was like, well, I'll just write these stories. And so started with like little short stories and then kind of just kept going from there on. And so I had like a kind of a short story version of my book in like 8th grade, and it was like horrible, but I did it all. It was great. I loved it. And then picked it up a little bit more in high school and college, and so it just kind of kept writing. It was just one of those where, especially with the first book, where I'd get like 90 pages in and I'd be like, I don't like the beginning, so I'll just scrap it all. I'll just do it all again, and did that throughout college. And college, I'm writing too many papers. I ended up moving to California for a year for an internship, and I don't know anybody, I don't know the area, and I'm like, well, I will just hang out in coffee shops because that's that's home to me right now. And well, if I'm gonna sit here for 4 hours, I kind of need to do something. And so I kind of kept picking up the book again and writing it. And then moved out to Longmont like 6 years ago, and did the same thing where I was like, gotta hang out at coffee shops. So for another internship, and I didn't know anybody, so I was like, okay. And so the book that, the draft that turned into this book was started actually in Longmont, Colorado. So, like La Vida Bella, when they were even more of a coffee shop. And so just kind of kept writing. It was always a hobby. Never thought anybody would ever read it or I'd ever get it finished. And so it wasn't until December of 2019, I think, or getting right into the new year of 2020, I was just like, I think I'm gonna finish it. Like, I think that's what I'm gonna do this year. And then, pandemic hit and I had extra time. So then finished it in December of 2020, and then decided, well, if I have a book out, it'd be fun to just publish it, and went through self-publishing. Published it in March. So, and then it's been out for 7 months, and
that's
been
awesome.
Great. So, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about it. What is the story? What can you tell us?
Well, so it's kind of set in it's a made up fictional world, but it's kind of loosely based off of 1920s England. Like Downton Abbey was a huge inspiration for this. But it's basically about this girl. Her name's Corinne, and she is kind of like the princess of her nation and wants to kind of just help rule and stuff like that too. But that's always been her main goal. But then she gets thrown into a lot of just a crazy journey where not only does she she can't rule the country, she's got to save the world. And so and how she does it, you have to read it.
There you go.
But there's just a lot of fun. What I enjoy most about it is I feel like the characters are pretty well developed, and they're just I've had so much fun writing with them, and just seeing how things unfold. And it's got some old world magic, they can wield elements and stuff like that, so it kind of brings that fantasy kind of world into it. And
so it's something my wife liked about it a lot.
Yeah. So
is there another one coming? Is there more in the story?
Yeah. So this is part of a trilogy. So I'm working on book 2 now, and I'm 20 chapters into book 2. So I'm hoping that'll be out. It won't take 6 years like this one did, but it'll be out here, I'm hoping, next year. So as long as I keep writing the pace I am. So
that's awesome. So where can someone go that's curious, they want to support a local author, they like the idea, that kind of a story fits something they're interested in, they're looking for something new to read?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where do they find it?
Well, there's a few places. If you want to shop locally, we actually have it in a printed copy in Bricks, which just moved to the 400 block over by Ziggy's. But you can always buy from them. Or you can buy online on Amazon.com. You can just type in Noryns Legend and it should show up. Or you could also you could buy through me too. So just reach out to me, Facebook, or
there you go.
I've got my website and stuff like that too. So
that's where My wife Beth got her copy, was at 300 Sons, and she was there signing them.
Yeah.
So you can go through Facebook, buy them direct. You can buy it from local store Bricks Retail that's got all sorts of local stuff that's local to Colorado, local to Longmont. So maybe even just pop into Bricks and take a look and see what's there. Grab a copy of Noryns Legend. Yeah. Or if you're just online and pops into your head, you can grab one from Amazon. But what else should people know about you or this book before we stop?
Well, one thing I love about the book, it's actually been a really cool selling point, is that one time I read one book that had very short chapters and it changed my life. And so this is a great book. I did the same thing where the chapters are very short, and so it just feels like you have more of an accomplishment and easier to stay with the pacing. And so I've heard a lot from people who want to get back into reading and just haven't really ever enjoyed it, or it's hard reading, that the short chapters are really cool and helpful, and so that's kind of intentional. And yeah, so if you're looking to get back into reading too, this is hopefully a great way to jump into a great story and short chapters.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for taking time to talk to us and tell us more about the book. Check out the Noryns Legend Facebook page, website. Check out Bricks Retail and pick it up there, or just get in touch with Jenny and you can get one directly. And supporting a local author, excited to let more people know about you.
Yeah, thank you.
You got it. And thanks for watching.